is a transformative month of spiritual growth, self-reflection, and renewal. As Muslims fast, pray, and recite the Quran, they are expected to learn valuable lessons that extend beyond the month. One key lesson is the importance of self-discipline and moderation. Through fasting, Muslims develop the ability to control their desires, prioritize their needs, and cultivate empathy for those less fortunate. Another significant lesson is the value of compassion, charity, and generosity. Ramadan encourages Muslims to be more mindful of their blessings, to share with others, and to foster a sense of community and social responsibility. On the program Nigeria Today, we shall be looking at the lessons learned after Ramadan. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ikaria Clinton. Our guest in the studio to discuss the lessons learned after Ramadan is Ustaz Ilyasu Abdul Mumin. He's the Chief Imam, Area 8, Jumat Mosque. You're welcome to Nigeria Today.
You're welcome.
Also with us in the studio is Imam Mustafa Agbarere. He's an Islamic scholar. It's good to have you in Nigeria Today.
Thank you for having me.
By the way, Baraka the Salah, gentlemen.
Eid Mubarak.
So I'll start with you, Imam Agbarere. You know, Ramadan has come and gone, and today, by the grace of God, we are celebrating Eid al-Fitr. You know, so what are the ethical and moral values, learned during Ramadan, and how can we apply it in our daily lives?
Well, thank you. The first virtue that we've learned and cultivated during Ramadan is diffusion, religious diffusion. You see that we did a lot of religious activities that will uplift our spiritual connection with our Creator, Lord Almighty. In fact, that is derivable from what Allah says about the fasting. Allah says that kutiba alaykum as-siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Fasting is made obligatory on you the same way that the communities and nations before you had done it, in order for you to earn piety. That diffusion will give you spiritual connectivity with your God. That is number one. You're talking about the social responsibility that the fasting has also given us in the area of communal bonding. Yes, that is also part of it, because you see, you fast in your home, but you go out to do Taraweeh, especially the prayer that we did after the breaking of the fast, in the mosque. You also go and do the Tahajjud in the mosque. You also share with people when you are breaking your fast, because it is expected that you allow others to break their fast with you. The Prophet says, "Man aftara Musliman kana lahu mithlu ajri dhalika sahim min ghairi an yankusa min ajri shay'an." He that provides iftar for a Muslim will have and earn the reward of that fasting person, such that that fasting person will not lose his own reward as well. So you, if I break your fast for you, I'm going to have your reward. I will also have mine. It means that I have to. That is to encourage you to do the bonding within your community, to allow people to fast with you, knowing full that you are going to earn a reward. So that is the another thing is our physiological and sociological gains. You're going to socially strong, to be strong, physiologically strong. What I mean, your health, you are light, and that will give you more health. Consumption of our things, you are eating these junks, this and that, they don't help us. In fact, we consume more cholesterol every day. But in Ramadan, that your system will be good. If you are obese before, you get reduced, your heart will function very well. So even when your heart is functioning well, you see that your brain will be very active. As
your mental health. Yeah.
Your mental health will be very active. that is what you're going to get from it again. Then your capacity to bear pain. Yes, somebody that is hungry, yeah, I'm hungry. But with Ramadan regulating your own capacity to say, well, I can bear it now, I can do it. The country, you are saying, is hard. The government has not provided this, that, things are hard. So that is to control your own psychology, to give you the psychological boost to be able to withstand any pain. Just like a footballer who is doing 90 minutes or a racer. When you are getting to the end of the race, that is when the glory is. You want to do more. You get energized, and that is what Ramadan. So if you put all these about 4 lessons that I have said, you see that Ramadan has come to connect us with our God, to bring the communal connectivity, to also give you the capacity to bear pain, to also give you mental health, and to give you physical capacity. So these are, I can't enumerate them fully.
Thank you.
I can't exhaust them. There are still more.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
Imam Agbara. Now, Ustaz Ilyas, during the month of Ramadan, every Muslim learns how to be patient. And of course, there's this, you also learn how to perseverance. How can these, patience and perseverance learned during fasting help the Muslim in dealing with life's challenges?
Alhamdulillah, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. My dear viewers and listeners, truly as a Muslim in the month of Ramadan, it encourages us and we persevere, as we say, because as a Muslim and a matured Muslim, you know that fasting is a compulsory thing. As Imam has said, Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, kutiba alaykum as-siyamu kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. That all you who believe fasting of Ramadan, Allah had made it compulsory upon you as He made it compulsory upon those who come before you, that you may increase in piety. In a nutshell, this is showing that fasting is compulsory. So that is why as a Muslim, before the fasting time comes, you will be ready and your mind will be there that it's not a joke thing, it's a very serious thing. So that is why you'll be patient, you'll be persevering from the beginning of the Ramadan to the end. You know, I was very, very surprised, and again, I was very, very happy when we were trying to see that on 29th of Ramadan, people were just clamoring as if Ramadan were to be 30, they will not fast because of the kind of thing that they are facing in terms of in terms of heat in general per se, and in terms of many things that as if they cannot bear it again. But if at all they did not, the crescent of the month of Shawwal was not cited, definitely they must fast 30. You understand? But in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that people have been persevering from the Ramadan, from the beginning, because even before the Ramadan, the way people were somehow scared that with this hot, every 1 hour people are taking water, cold water, as if they cannot fast. But when it comes, they know that this commandment is from Allah. So they bear it, they grasp it with faith, and inshallah you can see we finish the Ramadan without anything. And the perseverance, patience and perseverance in the terms of performing tahajjud and tarawih. You know that this is the only month that you will perform this, and the reward is there for you if you perform. And if you don't perform that, then you don't have reward. So people will be happy, performing the tarawih without being exhausted. So it's very, very good. It shows a lot of commitment because of the Ramadan, because of the reward that the ulama have been encouraging people that if you perform the tarawih with the imam from the beginning to the end, it's as if you stood for qiyamul layl throughout the night. You'll be performing salat. So with all these, people were patient enough to observe many ibadat during the month of Ramadan.
Okay, now back to you, Imam Agbara. Now, just like Ustaz Ilyas has said, even though people were like, okay, some people were really, really anticipating the sighting of the moon on the 29th. Even at that, even if it was not sighted, you will still fast. You know, now a lot has gone down within the month. A lot of fasting, a lot of praying, a lot of you know, almsgiving, you know, sharing even with Muslims, because I also enjoyed during the Ramadan, the iftar. I had to, you know, join my colleagues in breaking the fast. You know, now in what ways has Ramadan strengthened the faith and commitment of believers?
Well, you've answered it from the question. Ramadan has strengthened your faith when you see that you're committed to all those fastings, all those devotions, all those commitments to give people. So those things have really permeated into your spiritual being and into your physical being as well. You see that the only thing I will add as a rider to that is that how can that thing continue in your life after Ramadan? Because even you put that question in the beginning, which I never got to that point before my time was exhausted. You see, the best way for us to earn what we learn in Ramadan is for us to count our period of Ramadan as much like we've gone to school to go and learn a trade or particular science or a knowledge, and that thing will now be transferred into practical life after we earn our own certificate. That is the similitude of what we just did. 1 month of devotion. Are you saying that at the other 11 months we should be doing evils? We should not devote ourselves to the worship of God. We should not do communal bonding. We should not share with people. No. It is to tell you that what you can do in a month, you can as well do it a whole year. Not even a whole year, a whole lifetime. That is the what Ramadan has come to teach us. It's not for that month alone that I fast in that month. What about the Sittu Sawal that we have now? That the Prophet said that he that does it will earn the reward of a person who does the fasting a whole year. Meaning that as Ramadan has gone, but the lesson in Ramadan should not go. And the fasting should also be part of our life. What about what we do in Muharram? What about Ayyam al-Bid? The one we do in the 13, 14, and 15 of the month. What about other recommended fastings that we do? That is to tell you that we should not allow Ramadan to go completely. I'm talking about the lessons of Ramadan. So what about almsgiving? Zakat, the normal zakat is there. Let us conclude that yes, zakat of food has gone. But what about almsgiving, the zakat of money? What about waqfu, endowments? What about umriyah? What about obse, that you say, okay, I want to give something to the community back? What about our social responsibilities that we have for the community? We only learn the little from Ramadan, but we radiate it after Ramadan. That is to tell you that your 5 daily prayer that you are doing consistently during Ramadan, you should continue. Some people, they just about 1 day after Ramadan, they have abandoned it. The patience that you have and perseverance that Amalam just talked, I told you the other time, he wants you to also be patient and persevere when you face pain. Because if you can bear it during this heat that we just did, 39 at times 38 Celsius degree, it means that you can face more hardship and you go through it unscathed. That is part of it. So God wants you to do a continuation of that thing, both in the spiritual, in the physical, psychological, socially, including but not limited to the night vigils. So people now, they have gone to be sleeping, and on the day of judgment, Prophet said 2 things will come to intercede for you. The fasting will intercede for you that are God. If this man has denied himself food, drinks, all other luxuries, including but not limited to copulation with his partner, God, please, I intercede for him. Allow him to enter Jannah, that is paradise. Then Quran will also come and say, God, if this man had stood up overnight reading Al-Quran for the vigils, I want to stand as an intercessor for him so that he can earn paradise. So these are the things that I will learn in Ramadan. I want to believe that Ramadan is an institution. We've gone through it. Let it also go through us, and we practicalize it. after Ramadan. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Ustaz Ilyasu, I know quite a lot has been said. However, from your own opinion, what is that one lesson you think a Muslim should learn from the Ramadan beyond the holy month?
Okay, the generosity. Because in the month of Ramadan, people used to assist the poor, the less privileged ones, because of the reward in it. It used to be, the way Malams used to explain to them, he used to, Malam used to encourage them so that they would give the poor, the less privileged ones. So in the month of Ramadan, people do assist the poor because they know in the month of Ramadan, the reward is there and people need this thing. So after the month of Ramadan, we are encouraging ourselves that we should continue, even though it's not going to be as they used to assist in the month of Ramadan, because the month of Ramadan is a special month, is a blessing month that people's faith used to be increased in everything, in terms of recitation of Al-Quran, in terms of Nawafil, in terms of charity and what have you. So what we are saying now, that the way people or the rich used to assist the poor in the month of Ramadan, after the month of Ramadan, they should please continue, even though the percentage will not be the same, because the month of Ramadan is a special month. But in a situation whereby you see people assisting the less privileged ones, assisting the poor in the month of Ramadan, after the month of Ramadan, as if they don't have the means to do that again, no, it's not good. And again, as Imam has said, in terms of prayers, 5 daily prayers and other nawafil, optional prayers, you see mosques will be full of capacity. In the month of Ramadan, people were happy praying. In fact, some people you don't know that they are living within the vicinity, but you see them in the mosques in the month of Ramadan almost every day. But after the month of Ramadan, you'll be surprised. Are they still living in this community? You understand, which is very wrong. As a Muslim and as a mature person, if female are praying, they should pray at home. It's not under duress for them to come to the mosque, but male, they must come to the mosque, except if you are at work, then they will see you there going to the mosque. If you are in a business area, they will see you there. But if you are at home within the locality, they should know that yes, you are a Muslim, and the 5 daily prayers, they should be seeing you in the mosque. But some people, they will just stop coming to the mosque. Depending on how his activity is, he may pray the 5 daily prayers or selecting some, which is very wrong. As a Muslim, you cannot say, okay, 10, 12, 13 years or maybe 40 years you've been praying, you wanted to rest for 1 week or for 1 day. No, it will affect your faith. You have to be praying continuously. In the month of Ramadan, anything that you are doing in terms of generosity, recitation of the Holy Quran, Nawafil and what have you, you are expecting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward you. Is the same God that He will reward you out of the Ramadan. Anything that you do that is good. So we should continue.
Okay, now, Imam Agbarare, of course, we're talking about national unity, all in all, religious tolerance and all of that. Now, how can these, these virtues that have been imbibed, that have been cultivated during Ramadan, help us in our relationship with our fellow human beings, those that are not of the same faith as us?
That is, in other words, you're talking about interfaiths. Before I talk about the interfaith, let us talk about the intrafaith. Even within the Muslim Ummah, we have segregations. Ramadan comes and give what we call unity, oneness. Regardless of whether you are Tariqa, whether you are Sunni, whether you are any other sect that you belong to, no. God says we should come in one fold. Hold fast the rope of God and don't disintegrate. So you see that at Ramadan, we learn, all of us, to do the iftar together. We also learn, regardless of whether you belong to one sect, we also learn to be in the mosque and do tarawih, tahajjud together. On the Eid, we went to the Eid together, all of us as one. That is intrafaith. Now, interfaith. Ramadan, you have just told me something which I love now, that you were being fed by Muslims during Ramadan. That is to tell you that we like you, we love you, and you too, you love us. You don't say, Muslims food, I don't want. And it takes two to tango. I'm happy with what I'm seeing in the country now. I can see that at the level of understanding and unification in our daily affairs with one another, with people of different faiths, is growing up positively. We don't see those bickerings again, whether with your sensitization that you are doing in the media or the preaching of pastors and the Muslims. We are seeing ourselves as one. I heard of a community that went to the church to go and do their Taraweeh, the prayer. Some even went to a church in part of the north here, and they took their iftar there. They share with people. So that thing will engender the love, mutual trust among all of us, and that will help the nation, because without peace there is no nation. We can't even do Ramadan, we can't go and do Eid if there is we are in a state of war. So I appeal that we should also learn the lesson, that lesson of Ramadan, which brought us together. We eat together, to allow it to permeate into our lives. Easter is around the corner. Let's join you. And another thing that God has done in this Ramadan, I will add that. See, Lent. You are having your Lent, and we are also having Ramadan. You can see that our faiths, they are one. We worship one God. And Allah has made it clear in Al-Quran. Your religion, your faith is yours, mine is mine. The only thing, so if you know that this is mine, why do we have to? And it says again, La ikraha fi din, qad tabayyana rushdu min al-ghayy. No compulsion in religion. Don't make somebody, you must accept my religion. Don't do that. The truth is clear. That is what God says. Have your fundamental right for your religion. Let me also have my own fundamental, as enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution. It's there in the Constitution as well. So if we allow that understanding and that mutual trust to continue, you will see that Nigeria as a nation will grow and will develop and will prosper.
Thank you very much. Ustaz, I also wanted to add a voice to this issue of, promoting national unity, respect for each other's faith while, trying to foster unity.
Yes, this is a very good thing, because as Imam has said, as a Muslim, you should face your own faith. And as a Christian, you should face your own faith, because you should not compel anybody to change his religion. Because as you are doing anything as a Muslim you are doing, and your neighbor that is not a Muslim is seeing you, definitely he will be gingered. He will be moved that, a Muslim, I don't know them with this. I don't know, they know you with trust, with generosity, sympathizing with their situation as a neighbor. You understand? Don't say, okay, this thing happened to a Christian, I'm a Muslim, so I'm not bothered. No, it's not good. If in terms of assistant, you want to assist him with money, you should give him money. Likewise, him also can assist you with money. If it is food, you should assist him with food. Anything at all as a neighbor. You understand? This is very, very good, because some people used to dichotomize that, he's not a Muslim, I'm not going to do anything for him, I'm not going to assist him, which is very bad. You should assist soul. Allah will also assist you. You understand? In a nutshell.
Okay. Now, what would be that one word you have to say to even whether Muslims or non-Muslims alike?
Yes, Muslims or non-Muslims, the lessons we learned in Ramadan, let them abide with us. Christians, the lesson that you learn in the Lent, let them abide with us. 2, let us, just like what my brother has said, assist one another. Even charity, compassion, let us show love. Let us show mutual respect, mutual understanding, mutual love to one another. Nigeria will be fine. And let us finally pray for our nation, for our leader, that the Nigerians should be in peace and prosper.
Thank you very much. Nigeria should be in peace and also prosper. With that, to wrap up today's episode of Nigeria Today, a very big thank you to Ustaz Ilyasu Abdul Mumin, is a Chief Imam, Area 8 Jumat Mosque. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And also Imam Mustafa Agbarere is an Islamic scholar. Thank you so much.
My best regards.
And thank you for being part of the program. Remember, Nigeria Today airs every weekday at 7:30 p.m. on NTA News 24. You can also check out this episode and others on www.youtube.com/NTA News 24 Hub. Once again, thank you for watching, and Baraka Basala.